Mindy Kaling.
Hi, everyone. I am so happy to be back, and it's wonderful to be here back at Dartmouth, reopening the Hopkins Center and dedicating the extraordinary Roth wing. The Roth family, you've done incredible things for this country, and now to do this here is just amazing. And also including the Mindy Kaling Theater Lab, which honestly still feels insane to say out loud. When I first arrived here as a freshman in 1997, I was this loud, nerdy Indian kid from suburban Boston, was friendly and chatty and completely confident that I was destined for greatness, despite having nothing to back that up, except an encyclopedic knowledge of Saturday Night Live. I had all of the enthusiasm and none of the focus. And then I came to Dartmouth. And this is where I found the focus. I found the Hopkins Center. It was here that I discovered my people, my a cappella group, the Rockapellas, where I met my closest friends to this day, my beloved improv troupe, the Dog Day Players, and they're all here, and the drama department, where I learned to write for the stage. Suddenly, I was surrounded by people who thought staying up until 2 a.m. rewriting a sketch was a perfectly normal way to spend a Thursday night. I discovered things that I loved, like modern British drama, which took me to London for my foreign study program. In this building, I took a playwriting course with August Wilson, who told me that I talk too fast, which, fair. And I learned so much from him. Imagine being told by a Pulitzer Prize winner that you're exhausting. I also discovered things that I didn't love, like technical production, where I had to learn how to operate a light board for course credit. To this day, I am not allowed anywhere near a control room on any space on campus, not even the theater lab with my name on it, which is kind of uncool, I'll say. The drama department was the center of everything for me. My best friends, my enemies, my unrequited crushes, and sometimes that was all just one person. They don't call it the drama department for nothing. I have slept in this building, I've eaten every meal here, I've cried in every bathroom stall. Actually, that's what they should have put my name on, the Mindy Kaling bathroom stall for crying. But this place was everything to me. I was here more than my classrooms, my dorm, and the dining hall. And it was also where I rebelled. I wasn't the kind of student who went to frat row for tales on a Wednesday night and passed out on a lawn. I didn't need to. I had my own rebellion built into theater. Once I stole, the keys to the Bentley Theater, and without permission, I put on an 11 p.m. sketch show for a packed audience. When Professor James Lowland found out, he didn't even kick us out. He just gave me a stern talking to, which, coming from the kindest theater professor alive, was actually terrifying. But I had made a kind of cool, kind of dangerous gesture for the sake of art. Sure, it's not like I cut my ear off like Van Gogh or anything, but I could have definitely been put on probation, which, for a nerdy Indian girl, would have been way worse than cutting off my ear. What I loved about the Hop was that it gave me opportunities to succeed, but it also gave me something more valuable, training in professional competition. I was lucky to get into my favorite performing arts groups as a freshman, but there's also long stretches of time when all I did was audition for main stage productions and not get cast. That experience, working hard, hoping for the best, and failing, that was the most useful training I ever got. Because let's face it, theater and comedy are more than art, they're competition. I've had professional setbacks that you wouldn't believe, pilots that didn't work, movies that fell through, the Mindy Project getting canceled by Fox before coming back on Hulu, but I got my first taste of creative rejection and validation right here in this very building. Like most of us, I've learned everything from my failures and almost nothing from my successes, and that started here. Even now, when I get to come back and do this very surreal victory lap, like, hey, my name's literally on a room here, I know it was those early failures, those quiet moments of disappointment that taught me how to get back up. It's so important to have a place to try things and to get better. So you can say, maybe next time, maybe they'll choose me. That belief, stubborn, slightly delusional, wonderfully naive, is the engine that drives every artist. So when Bob Lasher called me 6 or 7 years ago and asked me if I'd like to spend a pretty large sum of money on this, I didn't hesitate. Well, I guess I did hesitate for a couple days because, again, large sum of money. But I did this, and I am so glad I did. This theater lab means a lot to me, not just because of my own memories here, but because of what it represents. As a person from an underrepresented group, I'm not ashamed to admit that I am obsessed with legacy, physical legacy, and what it means for students to see women of color succeeding and contributing out in the world. And honestly, I can't wait to go back to my home in Los Angeles and think about what's happening in the Mindy Kaling Theater Lab on some random Tuesday night. A young playwright nervously workshopping a one-act, a group of actors rehearsing a Sondheim revival, or 10 dysfunctional improvisers fighting because 2 are secretly hooking up and the rest are late because they're hungover. When I was here, I didn't know what my future would look like. I just knew that I loved performing and writing and being around people who cared as much as I did, and that I would die if I couldn't do it forever. And that dramatic, nerdy love carried me through The Office, The Mindy Project, Never Have I Ever, The Sex Lives of College Girls, and Running Point. Every time I start something new, I still hear the little voice from the Hop saying, "Why not me?" So thank you, Dartmouth, for giving me a home, which I needed and when I needed it most. Thank you to my friends, President Bylock, Laurel Ritchie, and Bob Lasher, the boards of trustees, and oh my goodness, Daryl and Stephen Roth for paying for all of this. Thank you to the Hop and to the drama department for giving me this chance to fail, to try again, and to dream big. I'm so proud to put my name on the Theater Lab, and even more excited to see the names of the students, the shows, and the stories that will fill this space for years to come. Thank you.